I mean, we've all watched Ryan Kaji grow up on screen, right? That little kid unboxing toys like it was Christmas every single day.
No. What kind of signal? I don't like this, Aiden.
But here's the thing nobody wants to talk about. His parents just lost everything. And honestly, it's about damn time. Now, before you think I'm being dramatic, let me walk you through how Ryan and Ryan Kaji managed to fumble a literal billion-dollar empire. We're talking about a couple who turned their 3-year-old into the highest-paid YouTuber on the planet.
I was really young, like 3 years old, and we started as just like a toy reviewing channel, but now it's grown into so much more, like gaming videos and skits.
Raking in over $20 million annually at one point. But now, their golden goose is cooked, their reputation is destroyed, and that gravy train has officially derailed. So, let's rewind a bit. Back in 2015, Ryan's parents had this genius idea. Let's put a camera in our toddler's face and have him open toys. Simple, right? Except it worked.
I'm gonna get you!
Ryan became a global sensation, and suddenly the Kajis quit their real jobs. Luan was a chemistry teacher, Ryan was an engineer. They ditched all of that to become full-time content farmers, hiring a 30-person production team and turning their house into a factory with Ryan as the star employee.
I'm drinking you. Whoa.
But here's where it gets messy. Ryan wasn't exactly in a position to negotiate contracts or ask for bathroom breaks. He was a kid. And his parents? Well, they were too busy plastering his face on everything from Walmart toys to Colgate toothpaste. By 2019, Ryan had his own Macy's parade balloon, a billion-dollar brand, and absolutely zero say in any of it. Because here's the kicker. Unlike child actors in Hollywood who have legal protections for their earnings, Ryan had nothing. All that money legally belonged to mommy and daddy. Now, people started catching on pretty early. The FTC launched an investigation because apparently turning your living room into a 24/7 advertisement disguised as playtime raises some eyebrows. Who would have thought, right? Consumer advocates were calling them out for deceiving millions of kids with sponsored content that looked like regular videos. It's almost like preschoolers can't tell the difference between Ryan loves this toy and Ryan's getting paid to love this toy. The family even had to rebrand from Ryan Toys Review to Ryan's World to make it sound less commercial. That's like calling a casino a fun money adventure center. Same energy, different packaging. But the sponsored content kept flowing. Ryan was filming up to 25 segments every week across multiple channels. 25. That's more content than most adult YouTubers produce in months. And this kid was still learning multiplication tables. Every aspect of his life became monetized entertainment. Family vlogs, science experiments, daily routines. The boy couldn't brush his teeth without it becoming content. And his parents, they were holding the bread, the butter, and probably the entire grocery store. And let's talk about the elephant in the room. Where did all that money go? Because Ryan made his parents an estimated $34 million between 2015 and 2020 alone. That's not counting the brand deals, the merchandise, the Nickelodeon show, or any of the other side hustles they've been running. But here's the thing, Ryan doesn't have access to any of it. Not a single cent is legally protected under his name because YouTube kids aren't covered by the same laws that protect child actors in Hollywood. The Coogan Law doesn't apply here. So while Ryan was out here being the family breadwinner since he was 3 years old, his parents were the ones cashing the checks and buying multi-million-dollar mansions in Hawaii. And now that the channel's dying and the views are tanking, you'd think they'd let Ryan retire and enjoy the childhood they stole from him, right? Wrong. They're doubling down, pushing him harder. And when that doesn't work, they're moving on to the twins. It's honestly disgusting. Ryan deserves every penny he earned, but the reality is he'll probably never see most of it. And that's the real tragedy here. But here's the thing about karma. It doesn't forget addresses, and it definitely doesn't skip YouTube channels. Fast forward to today, and the Kaji empire is collapsing harder than a Jenga tower in an earthquake. Remember when Ryan's World was pulling in over 1 billion views? Those days are deader than flip phones. New videos now struggle to break 100,000 views. We're talking about a 70% drop in viewership. For a channel this size, that's not a decline. That's a free fall with no parachute. The reasons are both obvious and satisfying. Ryan grew up and so did his audience. The 5-year-olds who used to worship him are now preteens who think his content is cringe. Meanwhile, new toddlers aren't interested in watching a teenager pretend to be excited about toys. It's like watching your older brother play with action figures, just awkward and uncomfortable for everyone involved. And it gets worse. YouTube changed its algorithm after the COPPA crackdown, and suddenly channels featuring kids weren't getting the royal treatment anymore. Luan herself admitted they lost 70% of their income practically overnight. 70%. That's not a pay cut. That's financial amputation. But wait, because Ryan's parents decided the best way to fix their dying channel was to make a movie. Ryan's World the movie, Titan Universe Adventure. Sounds epic, right? This cinematic masterpiece managed to gross a whopping $624,000 against a $10 million budget. They lost nearly $9.5 million on what was essentially a very expensive home video. Theaters were emptier than a deserted mall food court, and critics absolutely destroyed it. One review called it, "What happens when underage YouTube stars with no acting talent have parents who fund a vanity project motivated by greed?" The plot was a muddled mess. Ryan, now a teenager, was clearly too old to play the kid-centric role, making his performance awkward and forced. The animation quality looked like low-budget Pokemon knockoffs. Villains were poorly developed, the storyline was nonsensical, and even kids who were supposedly the target audience didn't care. TikTok became the unofficial graveyard for this movie, with users posting videos of themselves sitting alone in deserted screenings. Ryan's parents even commented, "Thanks for watching," on one of these videos. So they might be greedy, but at least they're polite, right? But here's where the story gets really dark. As Ryan started showing signs of being over the whole YouTube thing, appearing tired and reluctant like he'd rather be literally anywhere else, his parents made a move that would make even the greediest stage parents blush. They started pushing his younger twin sisters, Emma and Kate, into the spotlight. The girls, who are only 7 years old, now have their own animation series and are increasingly featured in family content. It's like watching someone finish draining one well and then immediately start digging another. The internet's reaction: absolute disgust. Comments like, "Ryan made his parents $34 million and now they're exploiting his baby sister," started flooding social media. People are finally seeing the Kajis for what they always were: two adults who monetized their children's innocence and called it family content. You'll see "let bro retire" comments almost everywhere you look now. But his parents? They're still clinging to the brand like it's their last life raft. Even recent interviews with the family have been telling. When Ryan appeared on a podcast, viewers noticed how uncomfortable he looked, how little he spoke, and how his parents did most of the talking. People are literally counting down the years until Ryan turns 18 and can tell his real story. The fact that multiple states have rushed to pass kid influencer laws requiring parents to set aside earnings for their children is basically society admitting the Kaji model was exploitation all along. As of now, the Kajis are desperately trying to keep their sinking ship afloat. They're recycling old footage of younger Ryan, using his face in thumbnails for videos he barely appears in, and pushing the twins harder than a Black Friday sale. But the writing's on the wall. Their golden goose is cooked, their reputation is in shambles, and their legacy will forever be those parents who used their kid for YouTube fame. So, here's to Ryan Kaji. May he finally get the normal teenage years he deserves. And here's to his parents. May they enjoy watching their empire crumble from the mansion their son's childhood bought them. The fall of Ryan's World isn't just karma. It's a cautionary tale about what happens when you build an empire on a child's back. Sometimes the best revenge is just letting karma do its job. And in this case, karma's working overtime. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. But one thing's for sure, Ryan's parents didn't just lose everything, they destroyed it themselves. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.